AMS, OBC Radio, catch a style ya. Them for know keep it represent to the fullest in mean. Second chance for the forgotten voices, you see it. Everything lock in. Me say go and blaze them. Anything goes. OBC, keep her endorse. And the wavy bar.
In Jamaica, me not like where you're going.
OBC Radio, how them say them play more big tune than you?
Bullshit.
Then how them say them bust more new tune than you?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh, bumbleclot. OBC, play that back for me.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the Lady Whistleblower Show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lady Whistleblower Show, which me, your host, Dr. Jermaine Gordon, on OBC Radio and OBC Radio YouTube channel, where we fearlessly uncover the truth and shed light on important issues. Today, we are thrilled to have you join us as we delve into the latest updates from around our beloved island of Jamaica. Before we do so, we kindly request that you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Turn your notification on so you won't miss us when we're on. Last but not least, follow us on all our social media platforms at OBC Radio and visit us on the World Wide Web at www.obcradio.com. Always remember, a winner never quit because quitters never win. The Lady Whistleblower Show, which me, your host, Dr. Gordon, report on controversial development involving the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, And the Integrity Commission, the former head of enforcement at NEPA, is seeking the Supreme Court's intervention to challenge an Integrity Commission finding of gross dereflection on his part in facilitating construction breaches. The situation has also resulted in the interdiction of Ryan Henry and NEPA inspector who faces a disciplinary investigation and a 20% salary reduction. The show highlights concern about transparency, accountability, and the treatment of whistleblowers, as the Integrity Commission declined to respond to the inquiries, citing clause in its legislative framework. The interdiction process and the investigation into Henry's conduct were also subjected to scrutiny. Now, as you know, this is the Lady Whistleblower Show. Tonight we bring to you a troubling report regarding the treatment of immigration officers employed with PICA, the government-owned agency responsible for immigration and citizens matters. It has come to our attention that 3 immigration officers were unlawfully placed on interdiction by PICA in 2020 and 2022. Shockingly, one of the officers, a male supervisor, was reinstated to his post after a disciplinary panel ruled that his constitutional rights were violated by PICA. However, 2 other immigration officers remain on interdiction, highlighting a concerning pattern of mistreatment within the agency. In a distressing turn of events, one of the matter is now before the Supreme Court following legal action taken by the affected immigration officer. The gravity of the situation is underscored by the fact that the officer in question has been employed with PICA for over 12 years and is still relegated to a temporary position. What's particularly alarming is the apparent targeting of this immigration officer for his outspokenness against injustice and corruption at PICA. It's worth noting that the officer is being represented by attorney Hugh Wildman, signaling the seriousness and complexity of this case. This saga raised serious questions about the treatment of whistleblowers and the culture of accountability within PICA, especially under the leadership of the CEO, Andrew Winter. The CEO of PICA, Andrew Winter, is known for having sexual relationships with staff members, male and female, one whistleblower says. One whistleblower says he is an evil and vindictive individual who used bully tactics and gunmanship to intimidate the staff members of his because of his lodge membership and Freemason. Lady Whistleblower Show remains committed to shedding light on such injustice and will continue to monitor this. Andrew Winter, from what we heard, Andrew Winter is also involved in sexual relationship with 2 senior directors at PICA. Both women work at the passport office. Winter's office is also at the passport office. One of the women Molly Plummer, is also the wife of a pastor. These two women constantly get into confrontation about Winter at the passport office in front of staffs. Molly Plummer, Director of Investigation and Surveillance Unit, Deli Vassell, Director of Customs Service at Piker. The entire management at Piker are a disgrace and a true reflection of the current government. They act like dictators and monsters against the staff. They seem to enjoy torturing the employees at the government-owned agency Piker. Several reports have been made in regards to these evil and vindictive managers at Piker, but nothing has been done because of their connection with the government. Andrew Winter, Garth Williams, Ezra Whittock, Joan Guy Walker, Roy Welch, Molly Plummer, and Deli Vassell, Miguel Cordwell, the CEO of Piker. Andrew Winter was warned by the Ministry of National Security and Justice on Horace Chang about the unlawful practice happening at the Immigration Office located at 8 Waterloo Road, Kingston 10. Andrew Winter ignored the warning and instruction from Horace Chang and continue with same unlawful practices. Andrew Winter allowed his sweetheart Deli Vassell to remove the immigration officer from the front line at the Waterloo Road office and replace them with customer service representative. These customer service representatives are not trained and appointed to carry out the duties of an immigration officer. These customer service representatives should not be allowed to handle the passport and other personal documents of mostly people from other countries who are here in Jamaica for various reasons. The information and data from these foreigners should not be exposed to persons who are not trained immigration officers. We come big, bold, as usual, and many names have touched the Lady Whistleblower show. Before I get up close and personal with the viewers, let me just be bold and courageous and call these names once again to the front line. It is stated by a whistleblower. The entire management at Piker are a disgrace and a true reflection of the current government. They act like dictators and monsters against the staffs. Now, these reports came from numerous staff members. They seem to enjoy torturing the employees at the government-owned agencies. Several reports have been made in regards to these evil and vindictive managers at Piker, but nothing has been done because of their connections with the government. Names listed Andrew Winter, Garth Williams, Ezra Whittock, Joan Guy Walker, Rory Welch, Molly Plummer, Deli Vassell, and Miguel Cordell, the CEO of PICA. Now, all these are out there for the public. Yes? Now, before we start dissecting and analyzing, let me get up close and personal with you, the viewers. Why it seems like I left something out? Truthful. First person, say up. Bless up yourself. Mia Bren. I see you present. Leon Denton. Say bless up Dr. Gordon and everyone on the live. Rose Johnson. Bless up yourself. And please, people, let the numbers, the current viewers match the like. Please. Yvonne Johnson, good night, OBC Radio. More blessing in Jesus' name. JM, all from Jamaica. Bless up yourself. Joy Marshall at Butler. OBC Radio, you're on phone. Andre is on TV. Now, Miss Button. I'm in love with both. Oh. Oh, it's Andre time now. It's Andre time. I see why. I see what's going on. But nevertheless, big up yourself, Andre. Winnie Meady, good night, OBC Radio. When you're in lodge, they cannot move you. Oh yeah. Joy, me too. Oh, Nina Brent says she's also doing the same as Joy. Big up your nice, clean self, Nina. Abena, good night to you all. Good night, Abena. OBC Radio, this JLP are the worst, them in lodge like Prime Minister. Well, in all fairness, it's not just the JLP that is in lodge, you know. But we do understand that this government has to go by any means necessary. Marjorie Gordon, good evening, blessed evening to you, my sister. And please don't think it's really my sister by blood, but my sister nevertheless. Bless up yourself. It feels so good to say my sister, and then you have the name Gordon. So run with it, people. Charmaine Livermore, welcome. If I love you one more time. Bless up yourself, Charmaine. Blame them and shame them, Doc. Right, true, right? That's all. Like, share, and subscribe if you're new, please. And my sound, by the way, Roof Turn Up. Blessed Sunday, Dr. Gordon. Bless up yourself to Roof Turn Up. How am I sounding? Because I think we did something earlier. We just wanted to do check. How am I sounding? Well, I've not yet seen, because I know one thing with you all, you know. You're gonna tell me as it is, my knee knock. If you assume a belly big because I have something on, you're gonna say it. So how I sound? I don't see anybody complaining about the audio. Low, high, medium. What's up? It seems like we're up and running. Okay, I take it. I take that as a yes. We have 43 viewers here, but yet still I see. Let me do a refresh here before I. Oh, I know I smell something eating. My producer is in the back eating. I see 44. We have 43 people viewing here, but yet still we have 26 likes. Please, people, we ask you to, well, thumbs up. Put a thumbs up while you're here. Put a thumbs up on it. Please, it help us to help you. Please and thank you. Rose Johnson, bless up yourself. Up and running. Okay, up and running. Up and running and up and running we shall go. Oliver Rodney, bless up yourself. 44. Oliver, 44. What's the 44 for? Studio 44 upon the bitter blood. Well, let's get back on. I think I have left something. Let me get back to it. We have what's his name? Beautiful country, them a damage. God bless Jamaica. Wow. Tune into OBC radio station.
AMSN, OBC Radio, catch a style ya. Them for know keep it represent to the fullest in mean. Second chance for the forgotten voices, you see it. Everything lock in. Me say go and blaze them. Anything goes. OBC, keep on endorse. AMSN, OBC Radio, catch a style ya. Them for know keep it represent to the fullest in mean. Second chance for the forgotten voices, you see it. Everything lock in. Me say go and blaze them. Anything goes. OBC, keep on endorse.
Welcome back to the Lady Whistleblower Show, which me, your host, Dr. Jermaine Gordon, on OBC Radio YouTube channel and OBC radio station. Well, we're talking about several issues here, and as usual, I like to put my own spin on it and split it in the middle, bust it right open. So we have Mr. Mark Barnett. Let's bring him to the front line. Mr. Mark Barnett. Who is Mr. Mark Barnett? Mr. Mark Barnett is the gentleman that you see on the... Okay, let me just share it with y'all, yeah? Mr. Mark Barnett is the gentleman which you see on the screen here. Who is Mr. Mark Barnett? Mr. Mark Barnett is the owner of this lovely apartment complex, and why am I talking about the apartment complex and Mr. Mark Barnett, sorry. And why is the Speaker of the House, the wife of Andrew Holness, Juliet Holness. Oh, yes, she's indeed the Speaker of the House, sorry. Is beside Mr. Mark Barnett. What do they have in common as to why Dr. Gordon have Juliet Holness, and Mark Barnett together? What is Dr. Gordon up to? Mark Barnett and his wife own this complex that you're seeing before your eyes. Yeah? Now, Mark Barnett and his wife violated NEPA Policy Act and should be charged and behind bars, and that complex shouldn't be up and running. What are you talking about, Dr. Gordon, when everybody's talking about the whistleblower whose job is at stake? Yes, I'm also talking about it, but my take on this is totally different, as I am here against corruption. And just bear with me and follow on as we travel along. Mark Barnett came under questioning because he broke the NEPA Act. He was supposed to build, for example, he was supposed to build an apartment complex with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. 6, just for example, for reference, Mark Barnett was given the approval, he and his wife, to build the apartment complex, say for example, 1-bedroom apartment complex. However, because of who he think he is and know who he is and who he know, he went against NEPA Policy Act, just like how they went against the FARA Act here in the United States of America. He went against the NEPA Act, and instead of building, for example, what they allowed him to do, he went twice the size. So therefore, this building should have been shut down, closed, because it's violated the Policy Act, rules and regulation. Shall we? However, this case lingered for months, if not years, and then the whoring DPP, Paula Lowen, said the time has passed for Mark Barnett to be prosecuted and charged. So if she said that, what's wrong with you, Dr. Gordon? Why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? Let me tell you what's right with me. Nothing no wrong with me. They didn't arrest DPP. Paula Lowen didn't arrested Mark Barnett and charge him for violating NEPA Policy Act. Let me tell you why. Ding, 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 ding. Juliet Hornes, who has a $800 million apartment complex in the making, also violated NEPA Policy Act. No, I see where you're going, and for those who don't get there yet, let me take you along slowly, but surely. They already knew that the Prime Minister's wife, who is the Speaker of the House, was the then Deputy Speaker of the House, was building a $800 million apartment complex. And she too would have violated NEPA Policy Act and gone over what they agreed on the draft board, at the draft table. So if they have arrested Mark Barnett and charged him, rest assured what good for the geese would have to be good for the gander. You get why Juliet Hornes and Mark Barnett is together here? Because Mark Barnett violated NEPA Act, and also Juliet Hornes violated NEPA Act. So the gentleman who is at the front line, who blow the whistle, they had was to reprimand him because it would highlight that the Prime Minister wife and the Mark Barnett should be arrested and charged, and the property that the building should be paused, halt. Now, the Gleaner Company, I understand that you're also in the pocket of Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister. And you're also on the payroll of the Prime Minister. I'm putting you all on blast tonight, and I'm bringing factual evidence to shut your ass up. So if you think you're bad, try put pen to paper and play with me. We know that Cliff Hughes man they down there working. And him have big ties down there. It's very alarming that you cocksuckers gonna put out article let me stop share this so you don't see what I'm about overseas Jamaican urge to invest in the country. You dirty MF cocksuckers at the Gleaner Company. Sorry, the Jamaica Gleaner Company. Because the protest just went on from the diaspora. You're trying to undermine what we did and put out this garbage that even not good for recycle. With this she-male Orlando Terrelong. Know what Dr. Gordon talking about? I know a lot of you been pissed about this. Overseas Jamaicans urged to invest in the country. Let that rest right there. Overseas Jamaican urge to invest in the country. Just after we had a demonstration highlighting the corruption and the mass corruption of what we are talking about against the politician in Jamaica. But here, dirty Orlando Terrelong, who is implicated in a murder cover-up at the Prime Minister's attorney's house, Patrick Bailey. Overseas Jamaicans urged to invest in the country. Let that sit right there. I'm doing this purposely because I know it. When you hear it, it's gonna make you feel the way I'm feeling right now. Let me repeat what the Gleaner wrote. Overseas Jamaicans urged to invest in the country. Let me continue. This is quoted. For the first time in some 40 years, our export in Jamaica have exceeded our imports. The Jamaican economy is growing. The rest of the world is doing great. Business in Jamaica And we are saying to members of the diaspora, this is our opportune time to come and invest in Jamaica. Who says this? Terralong, Orlando Terralong. Because Orlando Terralong can bust shot in a Patrick Bailey house, thief the man money, and nothing came out of it. And he feel he was big enough to bring a man from who is also an ambassador from some place here to Jamaica to marry on a boat. When they dub that shit down, he feel that he's bigger than everybody else. He's the one of the chairman, well, chairwoman, chairperson, sorry, like we say chairperson to be fair, because we don't want to discriminate. He could be playing chairwoman, chairman, chair lady, chair female, chair she-male, because I know they go both ways. Bring me in court if I lying and I test your bottom. So, he's also a member of the diaspora, the Jamaican diaspora, here in the United States that have been violating the FARA Act policy. But the big bad and bowl, yeah? And just leave that right there because a lot of people are pissed when they saw this morning. And the Gleaner Company, I can tell you, a lot of people pissed and a lot of people reach out about this. And when I saw this, I was like, what the hell is this? Because weren't you the same person that was saying you were coming here to cover the event, the demonstration? Yeah? And also, just as I say this, it has come to my attention. The gentleman that was in the Dr. Help me out, you all know him, the one that you all say I shouldn't highlight, that Andrew Holness sent to counteract the demonstration. I want you guys to take keen note of that cocksucker. Because he was there not to support the cause, but I noticed he was taking photograph of Dr. Francis and everybody else that was there from all different angles. And this is the reason why I shed light on him, not because I want y'all to hear the garbage that was coming from his mouth, but for you to see his face. There is always an agenda when I'm doing something. Yeah? So I want you to take keen note to that cocksucker that was there. We don't know what his agenda is, what he was about, but I know that I introduced myself to him earlier. This wasn't on camera. And I thought he was there to support. And he said, oh, I'm not here to support the event, you know. And this is why I went to him on camera, put him on camera. A lot of you were saying, oh, Dr. Gordon, we're not here to let him talk. We're here to support the event and people who are supporting the event. Take him off. But this is the reason why I put him on camera, for y'all to see his face. When I introduced myself to him and we were there, we talked for a brief, like, minute, maybe minute and a half. I could be exaggerating about a minute and a half. Could be 45 seconds to a minute. And he said I wasn't there to support the event, you know. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, okay, you're who I want to talk to. In my mind, I'm saying these things. So I'm like, oh, you're not here to support the bill. Are you against? He said, neither am I. Like, neither am I against. But I don't think this is the way to go about it. Demonstrating in front of the consulate. And I'm like, okay, so explain to me, are you okay with how the country is running? He was like, yes. Okay. My next question I wanted to ask him, who sent you? But I kept it cool and I was like, okay, so how should we angle it? And he's there talking something, but I wasn't paying him any mind what he was saying. But I had was to get him on camera because I noticed he was going around taking photograph of each and every person, including Dr. Francis, from every angle. I mean, he was taking it from the side, going around the security. Dr. Francis came, of course, with his security. I noticed he was taking photograph of the security. He was taking photograph of everybody that was having the speech. Everybody are just going around taking photograph. So that's the reason why I gave him what he thought an interview for him to speak out. I forget what his name was. I think it whatever his name was. But in the green shirt, the little Kangal cap and the blue jeans. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but Ratigan, Dr. Rupert Francis and others, Carlos, just be on your lookout, your P's and your Q's, and find out who that cocksucker is that was there. But as I'm saying, this article come out now by the Gleaner, just a day after the protest, yes? And I said just now that the Gleaner company is in Andrew Holness' pocket. Why you say that, Dr. God? Because they're biased. Oh, you know that, Dr. God. Let me tell you why. Where is this thing? Oh Lord. Where is this thing? I have something here I want to show you. Oh. I want you to all know that when you see the media house sit quiet just bear with me a sec. When you see the media house in Jamaica sit quiet, yeah? And being biased and one-sided, and everybody out there asking about, oh, we want the 6. Where is the 6? Gag order is on the integrity committee. They can't speak. Let me tell you all, full of bullshit, or else you are, unless you all didn't know about this act. Hold on. This is the, let me make sure I look on my, I'm looking at my URL blog because I'm about to share something. I don't want to be one of those professors that's sharing something and you may never know something at the URL blog pop up differently. But let me show you how corrupt these media entity and those who call themselves journalists are in Jamaica. Shall we? No. Let me do a refresh here because I'm seeing 73 people, and let me see if the thumbs up match. The thumbs up not matching up the viewer. The thumbs up not matching the thumbs up not matching the current viewers. So if the thumbs up not matching the current viewers, you're telling me that you don't appreciate what I'm doing here. We ask you, please, we're not asking you for your money out of your pocket. We're just asking you, put the thumbs up while you're here. Support the thing just like how I support. I put my life online and all for not for myself, but for Jamaica. Come on, man. It get other people here as you do it. Yes? So shall we? Let it match the numbers. Now, where was I? Or where are we? You. I was just about to create problem. Oh, I love problem. Somebody said problem. Share. Okay, I was about to share something. Now, our Dr. Gordon can call out a big company like Gleaner Company. Mind them? Mind them, do you hear this, you know? Now, this act Jamaican Access to Information Act. Oh, I forgot I was on camera yawn just now. Jamaican Access to Information Act. Let me edify you what this about. What is the Access to Information Act? The Access to Information Act 2002 was enacted by the Jamaican government to give the public access to information held by government and to promote accountability and transparency in government decision making. This act gives a right to persons to request information from government in the form of official documents. What can I ask for? You can ask for documents held by government authorities. It includes all type of information, including copies of documents, computerized records, emails, maps, audio visuals, etc. You may also ask to view or listen to documents. What are my rights under the ATI Act? The ATI Act gives persons the legal right to obtain government information. In the past, person could request information from government and either be given the information, given the information as it was readable available, 2, given no response, 3, told it would take some time to fulfill the request, 4, deny information with no right to appeal, 5, deny it in the form request, 6, sent to search and registry, or 7, given written answers to requests or information. The Act gives the citizen the legal enforceable right to request information. Let me reread this. The Act gives the who? Not just the journalists, but the citizen. The Act gives the citizen the legal enforceable right to request information in the form they desire, as long as it will not destroy the document or infringe copyright in the document. Do I have to give reason for my request? No, you do not. The public authority does require that you give a name and correspondent address, post or email to reply to. Who do I make a request to? All ministries, executive agencies, or other statutory bodies, parish councils, and wholly owned government companies and companies which the government holds 50% shares in fall under the Act. So you've been sitting down asking where Dr. Gordon get him information from. How him know this? How OBC Radio know that? ABC 1, 2, 3 go do no research the same way me do mine. Stop being hypocritical and one-sided, because the information is out there. Let me continue. The Act also allows the government to bring under the Act private companies where they provide public service, which are essential to the welfare of Jamaican society. You must make your request to the relevant ministry or agency which is most likely to have the document you want in their custody or control. You may also make the same request to a number of public authorities that may all have documents relating to one issue. Now, how do I make an ATI request? You can make a request by letter, by an email, a telephone call, fax, or fill out a government form available online or from the public authority which you want to make the request. You never know these things. Those who say they are journalists in Jamaica never know these things. That all these information, y'all, oh, we want to know the 6 when I came out and give them. Oh, we want to know this and we want to know that. You're all journalists, you went to school and you have all your education and you're this and you're the brightest, these and the brightest, those, and you do this and you do that. You never know this information. Oh, well, if you never know then, you know now. Shall we continue? Excuse me. Where were we? If you have, hold on, you have to give information on the document that you would wish to have access to and identify the government agency that is likely to have that information. You don't have to know the name of the document as long as you can give a description of it. For instance, the illicit 6, request it. It's your right to get it. Them can gag order the integrity committee, but based on this act, them can gag order you if you request it. These are the laws, the rules, and the regulations. You never know it. But y'all sit down and try to undermine what I'm doing here like I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm doing. Because sometimes I may come here and I may speak the English with the patois and mix up the TH where it's not supposed to go and some other words. We all do it because we are Jamaican. I want to tell them some word we won't understand it, but I won't go there because they get it. We're here to edify. Let's continue, shall we? Excuse me. Let's repeat. You don't have to know the name of the document as long as you can give a description of it, contents, or the type of information you need. Don't worry. If the public authority is not the correct one, as the Act has a built-in procedure to transfer to the appropriate authority with the document in its possession. A request must be transferred within 14 days of its receipt. You must be notified to which authority the application is transferred. Now, Dr. Gordon, can anybody use this act to get information? Yes! I know me say so. I'm showing you all. Everyone has a right to the information and anyone can use the act even if you are not a resident or a citizen of Jamaica. The act applies to all persons. What you saying, Dr. Gordon? Can anybody use this act to get information like the illicit 6? Yes. Everybody has the right to information and anyone can use the act even if you are not a resident or a citizen of Jamaica. The act applies to all persons. I mean, Mr. Silvera can't get it because he's not a person, he's an animal based on what he did with the rest of who implicated in it, but that's for another story, another time, because we're not done yet, you know. Will anyone excluding the person handling my request, knowing that I have made a request for particularly documents? Officers within the agency in which a person make a request, including the access officer and the permanent secretary, may know that a person has made a request for a particular document. External person outside of the agency will not know the names of person making request. The regulations under the Act require that where the personal privacy of any persons may be affected by the grant of access to an official document, the access officer must consult with that person to state whether the disclosure would amount to an unreasonable disclosure of information. How long does this take to process? How long does it take to process a request? Your request must be acknowledged and thereafter the public authority must respond to your application as soon as possible, but no later than 30 calendar days from the date they receive your application. If the authorities to which you made the request find it difficult to find or compile the document, They must request an extension, but they must give you reason for this extension. The extension cannot be for a period longer than 30 days, so them can delay over 30 days and not give you what you ask for. If the authority does not have the document in its possession, custody, or control, it must transfer the application to the appropriate public authority. What am I to expect after submitting the request? The public's authority is not required to create a document that does not already exist to fulfill your request. Thereafter, the public authority may grant you access to documents, grant you access to some of the documents or part of the documents, refuse access, or defer your application. If your application is granted, the authority must tell you the cost for copying and how you may access the document. If it is refused or it is deferred, the authority must give you reason for this and inform you of your right to internal review or to appeal. It is also possible to receive no response that this deemed a refusal. What are the type of official documents that I cannot access? Listen keenly. These are exempt documents. Access to information cannot be refused with arguments and explanations such as this is an internal memo or this information is confidential. The ATI Act requires that the government may not provide information if it is an exempt document. There is an accepted principle internationally that there are documents held by government which should not be released to the public. This is because there is a need to protect certain limited categories of sensitive and private information. This don't fall under the illicit 6. The Act has 9 exemptions that restricted access to some categories of information, but the Act include the requirement in some cases that even where the document is exempt, it may still be released if it is in the public's interest. Release of exempt documents may also occur where the minister makes an order for the release of information or after expiration of 20 years after the document's creation, or such shorter or longer period as the minister may specify by order. There is also the possibility of release of some of the materials with exempt matter deleted. The exemption in the Jamaica law are limited in scopes under broad categories. Some of the exemptions are mentioned below, including official documents which 1. Would prejudice the security, defense, and international relation of Jamaica. The 6 illicit no fall under it. 2. Related to law enforcement and could endanger a person's life or safety, prejudice the conduct of an investigation or the fair trial of any person in a case. 3. Have a substantial adverse effect on the Jamaican economy or affect the government abilities to manage the country. 4. Reveal a trade secret or would destroy or diminish commercial value information. 5. would involve in unreasonable disclosure of information relating to personal affairs of any person, whether living or dead. Even where an applicant is denied information on one of these grounds, there is still the possibility of requesting an internal review or making an appeal to an independent appeal tribunal set up under the Act. How much will this cost me? There are no charge for you to view, inspect, or listen to the documents or for the time it takes to access officers to conduct searches. Fees are only payable for the reproduction of documents. The cost for reproduction may be obtained from the relevant document entity, but these are fees that are prescribed in law and are the same across the entire government. You may request a waiver of fees. This will be granted at the direction of the minister. What right do I have if my request is refused? You have a right to an internal review of the decision of the access officer. The minister, for certain refusal, the permanent secretary or head of the public authority in which you made the request may conduct this internal review. This is no right for internal review if the original decision was made by the public official who would conduct an internal review. The review may be requested when there is refusal of a grant access, the grant of access, only some of the documents requested, deferral of the grant of access, refusal of the amend or on the note of personal records, the charging of or amount of fees. I was about to cut it, but I'm realized I'm at the ending. How do I make an internal review? You must make a request for an internal review within 30 days of the refusal, or if you have received no response to the request, a deemed refusal within 30 days allow the authorities to respond. You must receive a response from the minister, permanent secretary, or head of agency within 30 days of your request for internal review. How do I appeal a decision? You may also appeal an access to information appeal tribunal set up under the Act after making a request for internal review. If you receive a refusal to your request after an internal review, or if you had received a deemed refusal by having no response to your request within 30 days, there is also an option to go directly to the appellate tribunal where the minister, permanent secretary, or head of the agency made the original decision to refuse your request. Applicants are given 60 days from the date of the decision on internal reviews of the date of the original decision to make an appeal or appeal before the appeal tribunal. The burden is on the government to show why they should not grant the information to the applicant. Rules have been passed entitled the Access to Information Appeal Tribunal, Rule 2005, that governs the appeal process. You may take a lawyer to the appeal on your behalf. If you do not have a lawyer, you may contact one who works on volunteer attorney panel for access to information, which is being formed by the Carter Center in Jamaica, Bar Association, and Independent Jamaica Council for Human Rights. They can provide the service for a lawyer if you are indigent and unable to pay for an attorney or civil society organization that has been denied information. If you have failed your appeal, there is also an option for the Supreme Court to seek judicial review. So they are way open, them not give the government no way for hold on to these things. And what indigent, most of you in Jamaica fall under it. So you can get the fee waive if there's any fee, which there is no fee but for the printout documents and stuff for it. Can I share the information once it is given to me, or is it just for personal use? Yes, you can share this information. However, you cannot use the information to defame any person or punish this information to obtain a commercial benefit that would infringe the author right to the information. So therefore, if you get the documents, it don't say you can't, if you get the information, not that you can't share it, but you have to give credit to where you get the information from and post it. This was an act placed 2005 for all information. So all those cocksuckers behind the media house in Jamaica who sit down and act like, oh, they can't get this and they can't get that. Yes, you're full of shit. Stop it. Stop it. Now, let me get back to this. But before I do so,
AMS, OBC Radio, catch a style ya. Them for no keep it represent to the fullest in mean. Second chance for the forgotten voices, you see it. Everything lock in. Me say go and blaze them. Anything goes. OBC, keep her endorse. And we have it back.
now we have here with all that's going on in Jamaica. Yeah? Let me just come back here up and close with, okay, I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 62 and 61 likes. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Now go on. Okay. Doc, remember the demons watching too. Oh yes, Charmian Livermore said that. I always send Andrew Olness my stuff when I'm coming on. And in fact, yesterday, definitely I know he looked. If he wasn't here, he had somebody that was here taking notes. And in fact, when I did the Guy Philippi, article, yeah, rest assured. Speaking of the Guy Philippi article, I spoke with somebody from it because I'm getting to understand, I don't know how true it is, that there is a gag on 80 with the media, but from what I'm understanding, that the people of Haiti is chanting for Guy Philippi to be the next prime minister or president of Haiti. But we'll continue to delve into that situation. My producer left with my phone to see if that person had responded after they left out of work. Winnie me, the come on people, hit up the like button. Okay, everything I see that Lucifer son, I feel sick. Good night, Dr. Gordon and viewers. Blessing Karen. Mia Bren. Karen, the DPP get her $1 million under the table. Where did she get the kind of money from? Cry me also in Parliament. Karen. Scammers in Parliament, so he can send them to Andrew. Winnie Meady said, Dr. Gordon, do you know the six? I've listed the six. Dr. Gordon, trust me, they are watching too. Dr. Gordon, who is this? Follow, look on the videos that post on the OBC radio, Lady Whistleblower Show. Nigel Clark is watching you and others. Well, I always tell to Nigel Clark, Andrew Holness, and Mark Golding. For some reason, I can't like, honestly, I can't like Mark Golding. I can't like Mark Golding. Oh, my phone is out there. I'm going to tell you why I can't like Mark Golding. In March 2000 and I believe it was 2020 or 21, whichever year when he was about to step in, before he buy out the election from Lisa. I don't want to quote myself, but I can speak on what I think it was. In fact, I look at the thing and I screenshot it for you the other day to say, oh, I should speak about it. I sent Mark Jefferson Golding a message on Facebook some years ago that he should do the People's National Party a favor and step down and give the people what they're crying for, who they were crying for, because the polls show who the people were crying for. And just that text alone caused a block. That was an opinion, not just of me, but of thousands of Jamaicans. And that caused him to block me up until today. I can't use my profile to tag Mark Golding a message. On the contrary, look at the shit I've spoke about Andrew Holness. Just let that sink in right there. His Facebook account, up until today, from the very first time, just that one message. You can't be my leader. To me, Dr. God knows the six. Winnie said that. Sylvia also knows. Jeffrey Gray. Sylvia, I would never talk on the lead. Where's the Sylvia you talk, Jeffrey? Jeffrey, now go talk, man. Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I keep himself circumspect. Jeffrey from Destiny, Florida, goodbye. Jeffrey Gray. Jeffrey from Destin, Florida, good vibes. Okay, best of yourself, Jeffrey Gray. Monica Wills, good evening, Dr. Gordon. Jeffrey Gray. I think it's the first I'm seeing Jeffrey Gray. Welcome to the show. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, turn your notification on. Please do so. Subscribe and turn your notification on. Love what you're doing, Dr. Gordon. You are the real deal. Thank you. Jamaica White Collar Criminals Report. DPP is the 7th. DPP is this. Oh, on this. Oh, no, because. Well, there is 20. Oh, what, 20 or 30 other on that list. So she may fall right under. You are sounding good, Doc. Monica Woods, let them watch, can't stop them from watching and talk among themselves. Well, what them can't do, put a gag hard up on my mouth right here, so. So, Alonzo Taralan, yeah? You put out an article with the Gleaner where, wait, am I still sharing? Yeah, let me stop sharing so y'all don't see where I'm getting my. Come on. No, I'm not sharing. Okay, I want you to see something here. So, Mr. Man, Alonzo Terrellan is inviting everybody to come to Jamaica. Things is good and oh, not this one, sorry. Come to Jamaica, everything is good. Invest in Jamaica, brand Jamaica. Let's invest. We all cool. So Mr. Terrellan or Mrs. Terrellan or he, she Terrellan. An article written in the Gleaner today stating that people should come and invest in Jamaica. Now let me just read back what was said. What caused people to be pissed at the Jamaica Gleaner today? This article overseas Jamaicans urged to invest in the country. For the first time in some 40 years, our exports in Jamaica have exceeded our imports. The Jamaican economy is growing and the rest of the world is doing great business in Jamaica. And we are saying to members of the diaspora, this is your opportune time to come home and invest in Jamaica, he said. You know, Sister Terrellan I tell me, say, if I come home for him kill way off. Eh? So, hold on, let me read the Statistical Institute of Jamaica reports. And this came from directors Professor David Tennant, the chairman, Chris Carroll Coy, Director General, Dr. Fabian B. Lewis, Mr. Livingstone Morrison, and the other name, excuse me, I can't see. But the Statistical Institute of Jamaica. New release International Merchandise Trade January to August 2023. Kingston, December 19, 2023. Jamaica's tool spending on import were valued at US 5.78 million, with earnings from total exports were valued at US 1.4 million for January to August 2023. For the period, the value of imports declined by 1.4% or US 74.5 million when compared to the US 5,153,000 million spent in 2022 period. This decline was largely attributable to lower imports of raw materials, intermediate goods, and fuels and lubricants, which declined by 0.6% and 19.6% respectively. Earning from totals export to January to August 2023 increased by 29.0% when compared to the US 1,993 million earned in the similar 2022 period. The growth in the total export was due primarily to the increase in the export of crude materials, diesel fuels. Domestic export increased during the period of 24.3% to US 175.1 million compared to the US 864.7 million for the 2022 period. While the export increased by 46.7% and value at US 336.3 million, main trading partners. The 5 main trading partners for the period were United States of America, China, Brazil, Japan, Colombia. Expenditure of imports from their country amounted to 61.3% to a total import was valued at US 3.114 million, 0.8% less than the US 3,139 million spent to the corresponding 2022 period. This was due to largely the lower imports of fuels to the US. The top 5 destinations for Jamaica goods were the US, Puerto Rico, Latvia, Russian Federation, and Iceland. Russian Federation? Wow. Export revenues from their countries increased by 27.4% to US 997 million. The International Merchandise Trade Bulletin outlines additional information on Jamaican international trade activities. The January to August 2023 International Merchandise Trade Bulletin is available on the Statistical Institute of Jamaica website www.stainga.gov.jm or form the information section of the Institute or call the information section at the Institute at 876-360-1619. Visit the Institute Facebook or Instagram page at STATINJA for the January to August 2023 IMT infographics. Now, I really want, but then again, Terrellang coming off Andrew Onis stable and Patrick Mail is stable. But for you to be so young, seasoned politician, and you're so young, little boy, just stop piece of bed the other day, and you come and take people for idiot to this magnitude. Like, where you get your stories from? Where you get your stories from? where you store them come from? That's your talk about the growth of export and import. Where it come from? But I have something to say to you. Before I say to you, just let me let them. Okay. Welcome to OBC package 1. Watch this. Dr. Silvera topic is hot in St. Mary. Everyone is wondering what the heck happened. Tell them to tune into OBC Radio. We tell them, welcome to OBC Radio package 2. Why am I seeing the highlighted like that? Did you do something? When the super chat? If it is, thank you. I don't know much about this, but I see your stuff highlighted different from everybody else. I saw the article in the Gleaner this morning. How it made you feel when you saw that article in the Gleaner, Monica Wills? Cynthia Murray, good night. Game over, Jeffrey Gray. Laverne Gill, good night. Dr. Gordon, thanks for being so informative. Continue to do so. Jamaica need to be informed before they vote. We need leaders who are transparent and open-minded. Thank you very much. And I will continue to do so. Now, with all this nonsense that Dr. Nigel, why am I saying Dr. Nigel? He's calling my name. Hey, Dr. Nigel Clark calling my name right now. Terralong, with all the nonsense and garbage that you just spoke, and like you think people are stupid, and I don't get it. But we have the facts here, And to you, I want to see, but before I address Mistress or Mr. or he, she, Terlong, I can't tell you in the chat. 91, you want to call in? 917-374-4854 WhatsApp, or you want to call 1-800-944-2166. What I was going to say to you guys, before I go into, let me open the phone line. 944-2166 or WHAT, what's up? What happened just now? On 917-374-4854. The phone lines are open. Oh, but my phone is back. What was it I wanted to show you? Okay, oh, I never get that pretty green package. What pretty green package you're talking about? Who is this? Oh, yes, Jesus. Let me look through the WhatsApp and see what's going on about Mr. Morgan. 7 p.m. Damn, but Jeffrey sent me this late, man. Good night, Dr. Gordon. Wonderful work you're doing. Thank you, Novelet Blake. He lie. Who lie? What am I looking for? Somebody remind me. Oh, I was looking to see if anybody texts me from WhatsApp. Because somebody was like, oh, they want to talk from here. But I've seen nothing here. Okay. So let me get into what I have to say to Terralong. Terralong, 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 Terralong. You woke us up this morning. So let me respond to Orlando Terralong. Minister Terralong, statement about Jamaican experiencing unprecedented growth and development and being a great place to make some money. It's truly enlightening. It's fascinating to hear that the country is apparently at the pinnacle of economic success, especially considering the many socio-economic challenges faced by the nation. His mention of the booming construction industry and the claim that Jamaica export have exceeded import for the first time in 40 years is quite a remarkable feat if indeed accurate. However, it's important to critically analyze such bold assertions, especially when they seem to contradict the broader economic narrative and public perception. While it's undoubtedly beneficial to spotlight investment opportunities and encourage members to the diaspora to consider investing in Jamaica, it's crucial to ensure that such statements are backed by concrete data and comprehensive understanding to the economic landscape. Otherwise, they run a risk of sounding overly optimistic, if not misleading. Skepticism aside, if the minister claims are based on substantial evidence and reflect a genuine transformation in Jamaica economic dynamics, then it would be truly a commendable achievement for the country. However, it is also important for government officials to communicate with development in manner that is both transparent and realistic, allowing citizens and potential investors to make informed decisions. Overall, while Minister Terralong remarks, while optimistic, should ideal And no, I just realized this is not what I wanted to finish it with. And why would Dr. Gordon just outline and let y'all know, oh, you made a mistake? Yeah, that's just me. I keep it real. To hell with it. That's not how I wanted to go. That's not how I wanted to go out. Where is it? The devil is a liar. Oh Lord, hold on. Yeah, this is this is it. Sorry, it's a crazy thing to when you write up a teleprompter and it's like all over the place. That one I've written before, but I was like, oh no, that's not how I'm gonna deal with it. This is how I'm gonna deal with it. Yeah. Okay. Hold. Just bear with me a sec, people. Oh Lord. Just bear with me a sec. In fact, let me take a quick break. I will take a quick break and come back. Beautiful country, then what damage you? God bless Jamaica. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. This is OBC Radio, Second Chances for the Forgotten Voices. Now, this is how we want to go out. A response to Minister Terrelong. Dear Minister Terrelong, oh, how we are all revealed in your enlightening speech. It was a veritable synonym of economic wisdom, a tour de force of physical acumen, a revelation of such magnitude, it shocked the very foundation of our comprehension. Who would have thought Jamaica, a great place to make some money, a notion so novel, so utterly groundbreaking, it has left us all gasping in awe. Indeed, it's not as if the world has been doing business in Jamaica for decades or anything. No, sir. This is fresh, untouched territory, ripe for investment. Your revelation is akin to Columbus discovering America, a brave new world of economic opportunities. In the wake of such revelation, it's quite easy to overlook the trifling matter of the $3 billion being spirited away from an investment firm. I mean, what's a few $1 billion between friends, right? After all, Prime Minister Andrew Holness had most considerately vacated the premises before the money took its leave. A mere coincidence, I'm sure. And the little issue of customers' money disappearing from banks, it's all part of the excitement, isn't it? A high stakes of game of hide and seek, if you will. Showing the unfortunate incident in Integrity Commission officer getting shot and muzzled, and we have all making a thrilling blockbuster. Quite the underline rush, right? I must say, speaking of blockbuster, the adventurous of the Prime Minister's wife, the esteemed Speaker of the House, and her multiple gas companies in a tale of worthy of squeal. Not to mention the Ministry of National Security and Justice cameo appearance in the WikiLeaks episode. Truly riveting stuff, isn't it? Amidst of all the excitement, one cannot help but marvel at the Prime Minister's humility, his refusal to declare his financial status is a lesson to modesty for us all. In conclusion, your compelling endorsement of Jamaica's investment potential, coupled with the colorful turpits of the intrigue and adventures, has left us all profoundly moved. Indeed, investing in Jamaica seems like a thrilling proposition, a veritable roller coaster ride for economic excitement. Bravo, Minister Terrelong, bravo. You're in absolute admiration. This is OBC Radio. Second Chances for the Forgotten Voices. You can download our app in your Google Play Store or your App Store, or ask Alexa to play OBC Radio. You can stream the Lady Whistleblower Show on obcradio.com or on all podcasts platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Just look for the Lady Whistleblower Show. Excuse me. You'll find us. Thank you for being here. You're already in the chat. I bought a house in Jamaica fully paid off. What a joke. Good night, little God. Wonderful work you're doing. Kian, bless up yourself. Over here, make we go over, make we talk. I just realized that he had sent me something. I'm closing off now. I'm not even going to call him. Call him Monica, don't be afraid. I can't believe Honorable She looks like an outstanding. Really? Well, me too. Butterhouse in Jamaica. You're already in the chat. Well, bless up yourself. We're gonna join. All of us go over Jeffrey Tavares because I realized he had sent me something, and I believe Dr. Rupert Francis is there. Lord, Lord, Lord. But thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I know we are all over the place today. We share a lot of viewers, but I know everybody will get it as it go out. We thank you. It's it's informative talk tonight and educated. I have no clue. I'm not afraid, Karen. Monica Wills, we will talk. You can give us a call on our WhatsApp number or our toll-free number, and we'll talk. Yep. Bless up yourself. Thank you, guys. And rush over to Make We Talk. We're going over Jeffrey Tavares, go see what's going on, because he indeed sent me something that struck my eyes. And let me see what it was about. I was like, Dan, why you didn't send me this earlier? Oh, Robert Nesta Morgan. And I remember, if I remember, Robert Nesta Morgan. Wait, isn't Robert Nesta Morgan the General Secretary for the People's National Party? If I remember well, I hear Rattigan say we not to say Robert, we want to say Nesta Morgan, because I want to say Robert, it sounds like, okay, we're going over Make We Talk. We're going enough it over there. Thank you guys. Bless up yourself. Download. And for those of you who have asking if I have other platform we have been uploading, exposing people and their sexuality, download the app OBC Radio. That's what we're gonna do it. Not on YouTube. Download the app. Come over OBC Radio where we can catch on a different thing. We'll catch on the radio and we talk. Okay? Let's go join over Make We Talk. We're gonna enough it up. Make We Talk. Thank you guys. Love you.